All right, and again, welcome everyone to this month's 30 Minutes of Excellence session. My name is Kim Meadows, and I am the Director of Training here at NAWDP. In case this is your first time being on the 30 Minutes of Excellence session, we do this once every month, and it's our time to really highlight best practices and services and programs from throughout the field. And then it's also a time to help build our workforce development community and see what your peers are doing throughout the country. So we always look forward to this time together today. April is a really special month, so we really wanted to focus this month on working with individuals who are justice involved. And so April is recognized as Second Chance Month. And this is a time to raise awareness about the barriers many individuals face after incarceration, to highlight the importance of career pathways to employment, stability, and opportunity. But it's also a good reminder that we as workforce professionals and employers play a vital role in opening the doors and changing lives of these individuals. And so with that said, I am excited to welcome our tag team duo here. We have Doug VanZant and then we have Kiva and Tila, and they are going to walk us through and really talk about how to work with second chance citizens in this presentation. So I say lean in. I always tell everybody lean in. I know there's a lot going on, but really just focus your attention on the material that they have. They have some great things to share with us, and they will take questions at the end of the presentation. But as of right now, I will turn it over to Doug and Kiva, and you all can take it away.
Good morning. Or actually, it's afternoon for you guys. It's still morning for us here in Oregon. I'm Doug VanZant, and I'm a workforce specialist for Clackamas County H3S, which is in Oregon City, Oregon. And I'm joined today by Kiva Attila. She's also a workforce specialist, and we're gonna kind of give you some good information today on the second chance gainful employment and resources. We're very passionate about the work we do due to our own background and lived experience, and I think it's a fantastic thing that Kim offered me to speak on this subject today, and we're really excited to give you this information. And at the end, I have a short video of a success story. I think that it'll really end on a good note. And then, like Kim said, I'll be taking questions and stuff at the end. So, all right, you want to? Okay. Doug VanZant. So, I'm a workforce specialist. I work with a program called STEP Employment and Training. What we do is we service every individual that's looking for gainful employment that lives in Clackamas County. I would say 75% of the people that I work with on a yearly basis is justice involved, recently released from a state institution, local institution, and have extreme barriers. I have over 20 years experience in the social services field. I worked with two nonprofits. I worked in prison transitions before I got into workforce, and also I worked in mental health and addiction counseling, which prompted me to there was another purpose I needed to serve, and I think helping the most recent returnees from incarceration was my mission that I wanted to get on, and I've been successfully able to do that for the last 11 years with Clackamas County. I think reentry after incarceration is just one of the most important jobs that any workforce specialist could have. When I get up every morning, I'm one of those guys that can't wait to get to work to see what opportunities I can have to help somebody. Next slide, please. Okay, so my approach is my release date from prison was June 28th of 2002. I went through the system because I made poor choices in my early life. Grew up in a household that wasn't really probably the best for me, and I was kind of rebellious. today I believe in accountability and compassion to work with somebody. Um, I like to meet people where they're at when they come into me and build a proper case plan. Um, One of the key components that I do also is I help people overcome barriers and build skills and gain confidence. Um, so I don't judge people as I do. What can we do to get to the next level? Um, I show a lot of authenticity and humor, and I believe in everybody. Um, I One of the things that I really, when I first started in the field, people would come in and see me, and they'd say, "Oh, you don't understand where I've been," and I just get out my wallet and pull out my prison ID card and put it on the table and explain, "Okay, this is where I've been." I shared my personal experience of incarceration, and also I thought it was very important to explain the struggles that I personally experienced going through getting out of prison in 2002 with nothing, and also having to be turned down for job opportunities because of my background. Uh, and I and I and there to me I there's no, if somebody tells me no, that means come back tomorrow. And I've kind of like stayed with that my whole career, and like I said, I like to see the best and make sure everybody has every chance to succeed. Can you go to the next slide? Here's some of my glamour shots um, from from my days of being incarcerated and arrest cycles. And I actually use this in part of my intake process with when I see a particular individual just released from incarceration. Um, and how I live today is I stay connected and give back to the community that helped shape me. And also I've seen real change in my own life, and I use that to show others that change is possible. And uh, we're kind of we think that we do unique services here at this agency, because we think outside the box. How can we help this person be successful? How can we build the skill set to have them get gainful employment and to be successful in the community that they're releasing to? And I'm committed in finding purpose for people that can believe in themselves. Next slide. Okay, so readiness is really not the primary barrier. Access is. Many justice involved individuals, when they come out after doing incarceration time, are ready and willing to work. And they have a lot of transferable skills that sometimes aren't really put on the resume, for, just they have the previous jobs they work. But we think outside the box and make up the resume with a lot of transferable skills that they can use in the daily job. And at most cases are motivated to stabilize their lives. And the biggest barriers like that we notice on a pretty common time is the background check situation, how to appeal a background check, how to go through the process of explaining your criminal history, and uh, uh, and then also, as far as the other needs that's really crucial, is the housing instability. In Oregon, we're having a crisis of homelessness, and not enough housing that people can afford. And also the employment gaps on the resume, how to explain that. And of course, this is a pretty common one, is the stigma in hiring systems of talking to robots and going through the background check and getting denied automatically. Next slide, please. Okay, so strengths-based perspective. So justice-involved individual also always a lot. Justice-involved individuals often bring resilience. That means staying strong, keeping, getting turned down, but getting back up and still applying. And one of the things we do in Clackamas County, we actually do really intense case management, and they're in the car with us at the employers. A lot of us go into the interviews and we talk about the strengths of the individuals that we're having interview, um, and we talk about accountability. Um, we want to make sure that the accountability piece is involved in the resilience, and then also being adaptable, getting out and maybe getting a get started job to move into the next level. We're able to also work with numerous community partners. The Clackamas County is really um, has so many great community partners that we trade services. We work together on a lot of stuff. And a lot of times that we do support services with 3 different agencies so that we can make sure that the prospective returning citizen from incarceration has all the resources available so that they can get that job. And also, this is kind of like my best one is persistence. Um, like my motto says, no means come back tomorrow. In my own personal experience, when I got out of prison in June 28th of 2002, I was constantly turned down for job after job after job. That was before the ban the box came in. That was just like, okay, you just got out of prison. I don't trust you. I don't know anything about you. Is all I know is that you had a job 5 years ago, for example. Um, so we really want to stay focused on the big goal and the motivation for stability. We teach that. They show up to our case management meetings on time. They also are constantly looking for the right job so they can be able to pay their bills. And then we're the cheerleaders also, so we cheer them on for everything they do, and also, you know, we don't listen like, hey, nobody's going to hire me because I have felonies, I have tattoos, or um, I don't have any job history. We we're serious motivators here in Clackamas County, and we want to make sure that each and every person that walks in our doors gets the genuine services so that we can keep everything in perspective. Um, and the only strength that you've got is your word sometimes, and we teach that. We teach the accountability as far as um, you know, give a background, but don't, keep it in perspective. And I think perspective is super key in everything that we do. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so a lot of the storytelling framework, the past, accountability, change, and present readiness. Um, we always teach past be brief and factual, because we know it'll come in on a background check, and we want to really just a brief factual time, and on the accountability, own the situation because it's going to come up. Just own the situation, and then talk about the change. What did you work on while you were incarcerated? Did you take some additional training? Did you get some education? Were you working to improve your life skills and soft skills? And we just keep it real brief on the storytelling framework. And present readiness. Why are they there now? They're there because they made some bad choices. They want to be a productive citizen. They want a chance to prove themselves. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff I could talk a half an hour just on this section here. Next slide, please. Okay, retention focus. So one of the things that we feel that's super important is the job retention and new skills gain, employment success, support, and stability. The it's not just a placement. That what affects the retention are transportation reliability, like if it's on a bus line, or do they have a driver's license, or do they have a car, or is the job they're trying to get to they can't get to. So we problem solve all that, transportation reliability. Case management is such a crucial part of a placement. Communication support. Communicate. So you get on the job in the first day and you're really unsure and unstable. Let's work together and see how we can communicate better so that you can advance in this job. Um, and here again, with our case management, we do workplace coaching. I have 73 employers in the area right now that I work with, and a lot of times, like the HR department will call me like, "Hey, we're noticing that the communication isn't real good. Can you come and work with this individual on the job?" We've been able to build relationships with the employers that we actually go to the interviewing, like I said in the earlier slide, and also that we can actually coach them on some stuff that they don't feel like they're doing a very good job on. That maybe the workforce specialists that come into the facility and do some teaching on, hey, you need to this is the job description. You need to try doing it this way. And we've been very successful at doing that. The case management, like I said, basic stability needs, like do they need tools for the job? Do they need work clothes? Do they need help with the transportation? We're able to, with our community partners, be able to reach out and gain some valuable support service dollars that we can help facilitate that. And here's one of the things I really like to do is I like to follow up after placement and do, check-ins, sometimes weekly, sometimes monthly. I like to hear on the phone, like, yeah, this job is the best job I ever had, and I already got a advancement. I'm moving into a new department. I'm making $5 more, and so we actually stay with the recent release incarcerated person. We usually stay with them up to 90 days, sometimes 2 years, sometimes 6 months, whatever it takes for them to be successful. And like I said, a job offer starts employment success. It doesn't complete it because like I said, I'm involved in every single one of my clients at release incarcerated persons life, sometimes daily, sometimes weekly, and sometimes monthly. And they sometimes, if they're struggling with the skill, with our great community partners here, we can actually send people to trainings, short-term trainings where they can keep the job and go to short-term trainings on their off hours. We've been very successful out here with that. And I've had people come back to me a year later after we've placed them in jobs saying, "Man, I can't believe that I've been there a year and I wanted to quit the first day and you talked me into not doing that because I didn't feel comfortable." And so, like I said, we're involved in each and every one of our clients' live out here. Next slide, Kim. Okay, employer engagement. So this is something that I do 20 hours a week. I'm out knocking on doors of employers and talking to them and explaining to them about the benefits of hiring somebody that's got barriers in their life and backgrounds. And we also offered OJT, on the job training programs, where they can help supplement some of their wages, and also the WOTC, where they can get the tax credit. And then we also use work experience, which is free, that they come in, and it's like a free trial. And we've been very, very lucky in that part, where employers are really, really like those benefits, and it helps open a lot more opportunities for our people. And I have most of my employers call me like on Monday or Tuesday, say I have 3 openings here, or I got 2 openings, or I got 1 openings. So with our ability to network with the local employers here, we built a really good reputation, and they know what they're getting from our very first opportunity, where people are restarting their lives, sometimes have mental health issues, sometimes have addiction issues that came from that. And we've been very, very happy with the results that we get by just communicating. I'll stop in and just say hi or whatever, and they'll go, oh yeah, hey, hey, look at your guy out there. Look at he's welding already, or it's just it's really employer engagement is the one of the most funnest roles that I get to do because I like to talk, and it's important to me to build a crucial relationship with employers and advocating for fair hiring. I normalize the second chance hiring because I'm transparent with the type of clientele that I have when I offer that to the employer. I also share success stories um, and share where I came from, and I really encourage the employers and the HR departments to really be involved. I've had them come to events. We have job fairs, and we have uh, numerous other kind of events in the community that I'm able to meet it. Opportunities are created through relationships, not just application, and that's super important also to me. Next slide, please. Okay, so here's the program that I'm currently running, the SNAP Training and Employment Program. I call it the STEP program, and like I said earlier, everybody that's receiving SNAP benefits, I get paid. We have a contract with Oregon Department of Human Services, which is what they do is provide food stamps and other benefits for people, and OHP, which is Oregon Health Plan, and my program, like I said, is one-on-one search support, case management. I usually work with 140 clients a year. So I'm pretty busy person. And also, I love what I do, and it's super important to me that I'm available and that I can also do my unique services that we do here, individualized, training. We work with welding schools, we work with colleges, we work with other departments and other community partners here in Clackamas County, and everybody in the network we got the same mission and same goals. We want to help people get gainful employment. We want to break the stigma, and we also want to remove any kind of barriers. And it's a phenomenal job, and I'm sure all 62 of you people out there can relate with that we want to help the still suffering people so that they can break down those barriers. So this story I want to show you, this is a person that came in from multiple prison sentences in different states and was about ready to go to prison again. And that's when I kind of got the referral from community corrections on this person, saying, is there anything you can do for this person? Because right now she's going to be going back to prison, and we don't really want to do that, but we want to also try to help her overcome some barriers. So far, what we've done hasn't worked. What can you do? So this is a referral I really enjoy. So this is a story of the client. This is a good one. So Kim, you want to play the video, please?
I will, and just give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
Well, I started using when I was 12. The first time I got arrested, I was 13. And the last time I used and was arrested, I was 29. It was right before my 30th birthday. I was given prison or treatment as another alternative. And I chose treatment, and I went through Clackamas County Substance Abuse Program, CSAP. It's an inpatient
Kim, can you have full
and then
screen?
outpatient, and then I also was sentenced to drug court.
I can't see the full screen.
Oh,
Going into treatment, I didn't want to. I was I just didn't feel like I needed it. I thought I knew what was best, and I wasn't ready at that moment. I was just getting clean off of years of using, and I called drug court and I asked them to come down to CSAP, and I wanted to plead my case, let them know that I didn't need inpatient, and I had this whole detailed plan. And they said, nope, you got to stay here. This is prison or treatment is your options. And the next morning I was sitting down doing homework, and it was this thing called a thinking report, and you write down a negative thought and then you write reframes. My negative thought was, I don't need to be here, I don't want to be here. And my reframe was, nothing bad can come out of putting my all into this program. And I did, and here I am 3.5 years later, and super grateful. And I've stayed in really close contact with drug court for almost 2 years after I graduated the program. I continued weekly therapy. It really helped change my thinking long term. And then just, career-wise, CFCC, they've helped me with so much. Finding jobs and advancing in jobs. They've helped pay for clothing, work boots, clothing for jobs. They've helped build resumes. They've walked me through so many different things. They helped pay my rent while I was going to school. Over the last 11 years or so, I've spent hundreds of hours and weeks, months of my life in that Clackamas County courthouse due to my addiction and criminality. And now I'm a heavy equipment operator, helping build the new courthouse, which is pretty cool. In treatment, I wrote out a 1-year plan, 5-year plan, and 10-year plan. And definitely, I think I've hit everything on my 5-year plan. My daughter was put up for adoption, and that process had started, and I got her back. The judge said that in all of her years, she had never been able to give a child back in these type of circumstances. I was definitely proud of myself for that one. And then, I just bought a house earlier this year. I know that there's hope now. I didn't know that there was hope before. I really felt like that was going to be my life. I was going to be an addict and a criminal forever. And now that I've, accepted help and made changes in my life, my life is full of hope. And I know that these programs work, and I know that I have a bright future, and a lot of that is just due to all the people that have helped me along the way. I mean, it's proven that it works when you apply it to your life.
Sorry if it's a tearjerker.
Definitely a tearjerker.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. I know we're right here at our 30 minutes, but thank you for sharing that information, Doug. Thank you for being transparent. I'll definitely send this video out and the PowerPoint to everybody who registered. If you have any questions, I didn't see any in the chat box. Well, I see one, excuse me, from Tiffany. She says, do you serve the public with the STEP program or just your current clients?
The public.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So nobody gets. I know. We're like relatively small agencies sometimes, but we don't turn anybody away. If we can't do everything for them, we get on the. We make sure they have services from somebody right then. We don't like to see anybody get turned away.
Awesome.
There's one more question about how you specifically deal with registrants, people that need to register on the sex offender list.
So which one is that?
I just put um,
Um,
doing second
so,
chance and sex.
what- okay. So yeah, we take all offenders. We find the common good in everybody. Um, we sometimes we have to get creative with our case management. It's important. But everybody deserves a chance. Um, and like I said, if there's something that we can't help them, we reach out and do all the follow through to make sure that we can help uh the recent release. So yeah, we I don't know. So we like I think the biggest thing for like me and Kiva is that we've been there, we've seen it, and a lot of you I know a lot of people have, and the stigmas out there, we're like stigma breakers. We want to see people actually taking a look at people to help the communities have a better community to live in. And we think just seeing a question pop up. Clackamas County, Oregon is my zone that I have to follow to answer that question. But yeah, like I said, me and Kiva are like big stigma breakers. We want to make a difference in people's lives, and we want to make a difference in the community. And with the times going on right currently in the world, we're always trying to see what we can do. Um, and in Clackamas, we have a great community partnership. It's Clackamas Workforce Partnership is one of our best partners that we're working with. I could name probably 20 more, and we get a lot of support from other agencies, and they know what kind of work we do. Something I really wanted to bring up, fast forward. So we started doing expungement work 5 years ago. And Clackamas Workforce Partnership, Amanda Wall was the one that set that program up, and we do criminal expungements now once a month, the second Monday of every month. So that's opened up a lot of new doors for people, and you know it's been amazing. We see people coming in with that haven't been in trouble for like 10 years, and they have all these felonies on their record, and 120 days later they have no felonies on their record. They come back and say, hey, I got a job working for the government or whatever, and it's like, you know that's why we do this work. We do this work because we want to see people smile and be happy and content with their life.
All right. I think we've answered all, excuse me, all of the questions. Doug and Kiva, thank you so much. One of the things I just want to highlight is definitely that success story was amazing. That's one of the things that we really try to do with NAWDP is advocate for all these wonderful services and programs that we have throughout workforce development. So if you all or anybody on the call, if you have any success stories that you want to share with NAWDP, we have a place on our website where you can come and put those videos or give us that success story, and we try to get that out to the workforce community as well as our elected officials. So anything that you want to share with us, we do encourage you to advocate for your programs. We appreciate you all. Thank you for staying with us an extra 4 minutes. Doug and Kiva, have a wonderful rest of your day. And then everybody who's been a part of it, thank you for being a part, and we hope to see you again very, very soon. Enjoy your
Thank you.
Wednesday.